Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another segment of Science Matters, where we talk to you about the science that you care about, the one that matters to you. You might want to stay tuned today because we will be talking about a viewer's question, and the answers are pretty interesting. Alright then, so let's take a look at our question for the day, which was submitted for one of our very regular viewers. And the question is, if two sets of identical twins marry another set of two identical twins, and then each couple proceed to have children, will the resulting offspring be identical? So the simple answer to this question is no. The resulting kids will not be identical, but let's take a look at the why. So, the three main reasons that help you get to this conclusion are number 1, probability, number 2, mutations, and number 3, epigenetics. The first reason for probability is independent orientation, and this just means that the way the chromosomes line up before they separate in a human sex cell allows for over 8 million different combinations and outcomes. And just think, you need to add both the dad and the mom cells in each couple. Reason number 2 is crossing over. During prophase 1 in meiosis, segments of homologous chromosomes change places, which produces genes that are even more varied. Crossing over happens over 3 times in each cell, so the possible outcomes rise even more. Reason number 3 is random fertilization. The random nature of fertilization adds to the variety in meiosis. Each parent produces a lot of gametes, and the odd combination of each add to the variety you are able to see in human cells. So let's talk about mutations, and reason number 1 is the effects of mutations. And some different effects of mutations include a small change in the phenotype, no change in the phenotype, and a big change in the phenotype. And keep in mind that as a kid is growing, even more mutations start taking place, which means the two offsprings will be really different from each other. Reason number 2 is gene mutations, and this includes substitution, which means the wrong base is matched, insertion, which means an extra base is added, and deletion, which means a base is removed. And keep in mind that all of these can happen as sex cells are dividing or when an embryo is growing. Reason number 3 is chromosome mutation, and this includes duplication when extra copies of the gene are generated, deletion when genetic material breaks off, inversion when chromosome segments get flipped, or translocation when part of a chromosome breaks off and attaches himself to another. And this can happen in sex cells and as the embryos are growing as well. As the sex cells are dividing, more and more mutations start taking place, which means that the offspring will each have a different set of mutations and will keep having more mutations as the embryos develop as well. Let's move on to epigenetics. Reason 1 is parent epigenetics. As each parent twin grows, their epigenetic tags change with their choices and the environment. So by the time they have children, the tags are completely different for each twin. Reason number 2 is passed on epigenetics. See, even if the children born look the same, the epigenetic tags passed on by each set of parents to their own offspring will be different, and the choices in the environment each kid grows up in will affect their tags as well. Reason number 3 is passed on mutations. As the different genes and epigenetics in each parent combine, they will each contain specific genetic mutations of each parent that will make the offspring not identical. Even in the unlikely chance that both children look the same, the passed on mutations will never be the same for both offspring. In conclusion, it can be said that even if two sets of identical twins marry and then each couple has a child, the offsprings will never be identical twins, thanks to the millions to 1 chances in probability, each parent's specific mutations, and the epigenetic tags of both the parents and the children as they grow. This video was brought to you by Biology 10-3 with its creators Anika Rimani, Jose Manuel Beltranena, Alexandra Prentice, and Song Hakim. We hope you learned something new today.